Hello, everybody. It is your wonderful DM, Lady D, and we're here together for another great night of Dungeons and Dragons. Just a little bit about me, if you don't know me, I am a trans woman. She, her, hers are my pronouns, and I am the creator and dungeon master of this world that we're in. With me tonight, we have our regular merry crew of miscreants. But before we go into that. If you are watching the YouTube version, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us get noticed, helps us, be a little bit more present on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, please consider giving us a follow, if not an outright sub. So without further ado, let's get on to the introductions, shall we? So, first up, let's talk to Dragon.
Faces filled with joy and cheer, what a magical time of year. Hip hip hooray, it's cultist stomping day. Hi, I'm Dragon, Dragon Master Outcast, pronouns he, him, and I'm playing Usna Soulsight, who really wants to stomp on some cultists right now.
All right. Well, you might get that chance, but before that, we're going to say hi to Zool. Hello, Zool.
Hello, hello. Very well done on the song, Dragon. So yes, I am Zool, he, him pronouns, and I play Avne de Bellevaux, the Cockatiel Kenku Paladin.
All right, and now Salix.
Hi, I'm Salix, he, him, and I play Fringle Numbles, the Gnome Cleric.
Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan, pronouns he, him, and I play Jacques, the Lizard Folk Ranger.
Miyoko.
Hi, I am Miyoko. I am she, hers, and I play Hayasifotis, Tabaxi Warlock, and I've also been waiting for Zool to do kazoo every single intro.
One day.
One day.
One day.
And Cheryl. Oh.
What was that?
Zool's kazoo.
One day in a kazoo. In a kazoo. It's a kazoo.
Oh my god.
We've done it, folks. We've done it.
All right. So, Cheryl, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Cheryl, they, them pronouns. I play Wayward Evenas, the half-orc bard.
And rounding out this merry collection, we have Mega.
Hello, my name is Mega, he, him, his, and I play the character Nova Umbrale, the determined Fire Genasi wizard.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So let's get things started. When last we left the group of Uznar the Gnoll Barbarian, Avne the Kenku Paladin, Shaq the Lizard Folk Ranger, Wayra the Half-Orc Bard, and Nova the Fire Genasi Wizard, they had just learned of the deaths of many of their friends that they had met through their missions through the Montrose organization, all at the hands of the cult of Abzazel. Most notably amongst the deceased was Islington Rising Star, the Blue Jay Kenku with whom Nova shared a romantic bond. Blount surmises that the group he was with had encountered Braxton and his lieutenants because bodies, or at least parts of them, such as Islington's left arm, were left behind as opposed to being consumed as they would have been by the sludgy abominations known as the Children of Abzazel. In spite of these more than palpable losses, the combined efforts seem to have at least thwarted the plans of the cult for now. So, to celebrate the lives of their fallen comrades and to drown any sorrows, Uznar provided the group with libations, and the day was spent with song and drink. The day after, however, nearly everyone bemoaned their collective hangover. Although, once recovered, Avne used the opportunity to confront Blount and ask him about his alleged past activities, as told by Burke, the Kenku gunslinger in the employ of Braxton Corvaray and the cult of Abzazel. Blount answered that it was indeed the truth, but things were more complicated than they were presented. He claimed that he was under the sway of Abzazel at the time, and he cryptically advised the paladin that he had gone through a similar experience as Forrest and is on a similar path of vengeance for what was taken from him. Speaking of Forrest, she went off to mourn in her own way, attempting to hunt down and kill any cultists on her own.
Murder morning.
Please don't interrupt the intro.
Sorry.
She was not successful and is now returned to the safe house in Knack just in time, just as the meeting between Blount and Avne had concluded. And we pick up from there. So, Forrest, you are just outside Twice Sold Tales, the front for the safe house.
Okay. Very tiredly, she will head in.
All right, and let me get your token on here, because I don't have your token in here, and I probably should have loaded that in. Oh well. Da da da. That's the old tokens. Where's the new token? There we go. And I gotta set the permissions. There we go. There we go.
All right. Yeah, she will head inside,
Okay.
make her way to the back.
All right. As you enter, you see everyone gathered into the main meeting area, the library portion of this whole place, where everybody has been gathered, or have gathered themselves. Some looking a little worse for wear, and you see Blount and Rathbone are still here. You left when they had dropped the news to you.
Mm-hmm.
So continue.
Forrest steps in, looking very tired and frowning deeply.
Welcome back, lass.
Hmm.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Are you alright?
Uninjured, but no.
Well, what happened?
I went hunting. I did not find anything.
Hmm. How far did you venture, if I may ask?
Can I see the map for a second?
The
Somewhere, just the map of the coast.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just zip us over there real quick, because I don't
Thank
have
you.
it set as an image file.
So good.
I am going to redo this
Okay.
eventually.
So good. Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you. And Forrest says, I went to Scent and made a socket. Suppose I did not spend much time in each location. I went to Horan and Wall as well. Just checking out rumors that went nowhere.
Hmm. How was everything? As far as the condition goes.
Nothing seems to have made it to the surface. I'm not even certain that the town people are aware of what happened.
I suppose it's a bit of a relief.
In any case, I'm glad you're safe. I
That's
would
all.
hate to lose you too. And Nova just kind of like looks down at that.
No,
For-
Ebony will pat him on the back a little bit.
Forrest just kind of blinks, and you get the idea that the idea that she may not have returned had not ever occurred to her as a possibility. But she says, "Thank you, Nova. I would not do that to you."
It will be alright, Nova. We'll make things right.
And she just kind of sits heavily in a chair with her face in her hands for a minute.
So, I suppose that's to recap. What do we know about Soul?
Who are you directing this question to?
Everyone.
Personally, very little.
Well, we know the clerks of Stemasora are there, aren't they?
As we are told, yes.
Pringle, you've actually been to Seoul as part of your studies, so you know the area fairly well. Although you stuck mostly to the campus of the Samasora Clerical School.
I've been to Seoul before because my studies were there, but I don't know much about the city itself, more so just the clergy.
Mm.
If and this is Blount, by the way, if I may. So Seoul is a very organized city and very orderly, very well guarded. So the fact that there's even anybody underneath the sewers is kind of shocking, but clearly that's what happened.
Indeed.
Would that just mean that possibly a few of the gods are part of this little cult?
It's a possibility that I wouldn't rule out.
More likely, though, more likely a couple of guards walking around with heavier pockets.
That also is true.
As much as I hate to admit it, that could be a possibility.
So either way, we just can't go about saying, hey, we're here to hunt the cult. Because either they'll keep their mouth shut if they're being bribed, or they're part of the cult and they'll tip us off to whoever. And we will, could be ambushed ourselves, so we'll just never catch any scent of what we may be looking for.
Real quick, just to break up the roleplay for a second, I am putting on some background music. Could you let me know if it's too loud?
Will do.
Yep. We can also manually adjust it on our ends.
True. I just wanted a little quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Not even getting picked up. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't hear anything. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Groovy. All right, so I'm sorry. Continue.
So, perhaps trying to bring it up to the gods, best just try to keep out of their way.
Agreed.
So what do you suggest we do?
Well, let's not travel in a group. The seven of us are together. Well, people already know who we are a bit. Us being traveling in a group it could arouse suspicion. Whether it's the people or the gods or even the cults. I say we try to split up and blend with the crowd while trying to gather the information.
Nova just looks at his entire body. Sorta, I'll blend in.
More than likely, we are also being magically watched as well. I would not at all doubt it if, especially after my own bit of arcane spying, if Braxton uh, or if any of his minions were spying on either myself or Avne or especially Uzna,
Hmm.
or
I've
hell,
got
even Raspbone at this point.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I have an idea on how to keep the rest of you guys hidden.
I've got
Oh.
my own ideas.
Yeah. You guys stay away. You guys stay away from me, and I just walk around
No, the-
town, being as loud as possible.
Don't worry, you'll die that way for sure.
Don't
Well,
worry.
yeah,
Not
that's.
that.
I mean, yeah. Make myself bait. Obviously, trap them out, and Bob's your. Then you guys, Bob's your uncle.
It is either that they will have some way to. It is highly unlikely that they will take such bait. It is far too obvious.
No, we're not gonna have your life at risk again.
That's
Life's always at risk. You kind of get used to it.
granted. I wasn't even saying you'll die by the cults. Some other group may want to target you, and I think we already had a bit of this conversation that if you try to make yourself known or try to wave around a bit of money or start trouble, you're gonna start trouble with someone else entirely. If you're gonna go making trouble for the town, you're either you deal with whatever groups are in there already, not including the cults, and the guards.
And yet, I agree, our lives are all at risk because of this, but we do not need to lose any more of our numbers.
At the
Okay.
very least, we do not need you in jail while we are trying to take care of all this.
Okay. I'll go back. Okay, I'll go back to my original train of thought. I'll go into the city underbelly and I'll track down information broker, and I will pay for for any tips or leads he has.
That could work.
Also, they.
Forrest and Wayward can come with me to keep me in line.
Just make sure you don't slip out again.
I think I will go on my own and mine.
I think I may actually do the same.
All right, then. Well, so it seems you've got the beginnings of a plan.
Of course, next step is what happens if one of us gets spotted.
We won't know if we get spotted unless they say, "Hey, I see you."
Well, with my armor, I can be a bit of a noise. I can be very noisy.
I think it would be safe to assume that the moment we leave this place, because Mac assumes magical protections about this place to prevent spying.
Oh, yeah. It's quite safe. There's no way for anybody to get in here either astrally or physically without my knowing. Or permission, really.
With all due respect, let's not assume as much.
Mac
But-
narrows his eyes.
Meaning no offense to your abilities, but I merely suggest let us not underestimate our opponents.
A prudent move.
Assumes that as soon as we leave this place, we are being watched. Assumes that as soon as we have gotten through the borders of Seoul, we are being watched more closely. It is still a wise idea to be cautious and be quiet, but I think trying overly much to hide ourselves is foolish without some sort of magical protection.
Well, they can watch us all they like, but unless we say exactly what we're going to do, they don't know what. Which is why my intention to go to Seoul alone is to hunt. They'll see me hunting, they'll see me fishing, they might think I have given up on them. But I'll be trying to find information the old-fashioned way. my way. I'll keep an ear to the ground.
That is not a bad idea, actually. Maybe if all of us pretended that, maybe if all of us pretended that we thought the threat was, for the most part, over. Acted as though we were taking a break.
If you
Certainly,
want,
we have seen enough of those.
I can publicly fire you and denounce you, make it seem like you're not working for me anymore.
Do they even know we were working for you? The public?
Oh, the cult knows, but I don't know if the public knows.
I thought the public was unaware of the existence of the Montrose organization.
They're unaware of the true nature and even the name of the Montrose Association, but they do know that the richest man in the world does hire mercenaries to do certain things.
Ah, that would be. I think that would be a good start, indeed.
But it is possible that the cult is expecting us to come and look for them because of their onslaught.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But
Especially-
that I think is why Shaq's plan is actually a good idea. They expect us to go looking for them. I do not think they expect us to retire.
I mean, Seoul has a lot of academies. I could probably pretend to be a student. If it's hard to register, I'm not sure, but
Just
Me.
small player note
And-
for Nova. I'm gonna type it to you just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just
me-
say,
making-
I've got a pretty good cover. I mean, I just go out and do what I was doing before I met up with all of you. Playing in taverns and performing. And people talk in taverns. A lot.
And I can basically just go, and I can just go back to, I can just go into Soul, go to the, find the underbelly and just say, hey, and just go back to pit fighting.
The tavern may indeed be a decent place to look for information. Certainly, we have seen the caliber of intelligence that the cult likes to hire.
Perhaps you can say that I retreated back to High Walden, which is where I came from, and I, in return, gather reinforcements. Not
It's a-
physically go there, just call for them.
It's at this time that Mac is going around person to person and handing you rolled up pieces of paper, and as you unfurl it, you have a map of Seoul.
Ah, sweet.
And let me just zoom in so people can see it. It's not a well-marked map, but it shows the general layout of Seoul.
Would Fringle be able to enhance this map in any way?
The place in the upper left-hand corner, you know that to be the campus of the entire Samusora clergy. You didn't really see much of the city outside of that, though.
Still, Fringle would make sure to tell them the general layout of the campus,
Mhm.
like in case they have to go there or any other reason.
Mhm.
Just what he knows.
And I will work on a map that actually has labels for everybody. I thought I had saved what I did create, but I think it actually crashed and I gave up on it. But that's on me. But this is now in all of your journals, so yeah. Just so everybody has a map of the city that we're talking about.
yes, that'll be very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I got
Right.
dozens of them. You can do whatever you want to them.
Yes, thank you.
I suppose while I'm in the academies, it's I would not be surprised if maybe the cult tried to well recruit some of the younger wizards. They have to be getting the magical prowess from somewhere.
It's certainly a possibility. Keep your eye out for that.
So then it sounds like that we should try to enter the city individually.
Well, I'm going to be a flashing beacon.
Well, I mean, probably, but that's not necessarily to your disadvantage, depending on how you use that.
Hmm.
There's certainly a presence of Morelli in Seoul, so it's not out of the ordinary to see a paladin every now and then.
Suppose.
Really, I think the only person that's really going to stand out is me.
Hmm.
And I don't think disguise magic would help with that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So,
I think out of all of us, I am the one that does not really have an idea of where to start. I'm not. I'm not exactly. I'm not exactly going to convince them by retiring or pretending to, but I think Uznar, I actually will accompany you.
Great. You can be my new manager.
You will have to explain that to me on the way.
Also, it's simple. All you need to do is just fill out paperwork for me and just pretend that you're the brains of the pretend you're the brains of the operation while I'm the big dumb lug who's going to be get punched a lot.
Ah,
that won't be hard.
No,
I
really
can do
won't.
that.
Doesn't sound different from normal.
Jeez, guys.
Oof.
Jeez, guys. It's great to see you have a lot of confidence in me.
I am the only one who did not rise to that bait.
I thought about it, but I didn't say it.
It is all right. I can definitely sign some paperwork. That will not be an issue.
Don't worry, Usnar, your muscles are your best feature.
Point.
Well, in the meantime, now that everybody's reconvened, I want to revisit the issue of what to do about Omtare.
Oh, that's right, Forrest. You weren't here.
Sorry?
And it seems that the god juice that we have, it might glow against people who might be good candidates.
We don't know that for
Ah.
sure. I'm gonna take out the flask.
For
I'm gonna hold it up to Forrest to see what it does.
Forrest you do that, and Forrest just takes out the jar that she has.
It does nothing.
Well, no surprise there.
Well, we don't know if it glows because it's a good candidate or if just because of birthrights or something. I mean, it glows up to Mac over there. Well, a little bit of Nova.
Was it Nova that it
Nice.
reacted to? I thought it was Zosnar.
I thought you said
It reacted a little bit to Shaq, a little bit to Avne, a little
Oh,
bit
right.
to Nova.
Oh no,
A
it didn't
lot
react
to
at all to
Mac.
Jack.
no, not to me.
Like
thought it-
Nova, Avne, a little bit.
And there was
Yeah,
even
well-
a tiny glimmer from Uznar, but it immediately pattered out.
It started to think about it and then went, nah.
I think they react to divine energy as much as they do proper candidates. I mean, I'm half god myself, so I think it just picked up on that. After all, Amtare is technically my brother.
Indeed.
That makes sense, considering it glowed a little bit to me with my divine magic.
Do I know enough about Jin to understand, like, maybe that might be the connection?
Avni, do not sell
yeah.
yourself short.
Yeah, you would make the connection that there's something there.
It didn't really react to me, though. So,
It also didn't react to me, if I recall correctly.
Can
Maybe
I
it's
Although to be
can-
fair, Fringle, you don't really like your god very much.
I just
And,
kind of... They exist, and as far as I'm concerned, that's about it.
As well, Blount, I don't think either of us can say that we are surprised by the reaction we got.
Hmm.
I just looks aside at that.
Anyway, the one it reacted to most was Wrathbone.
Indeed. Glowed quite a bit.
Huh, well,
So,
I mean, I still don't know if... I mean, am I really, the one for that, or...
we can't say for sure, but you are up there.
He blushes
no.
and rubs the back of his head.
Certainly, right now, your life is a very miraculous one as well.
Maybe it's because a wish spell was used. Maybe that's why it glowed.
It also could simply be Rathbone's charming personality.
Oh, you guys.
If Amtare was the former god of justice, then I know two people in this room that very easily would count for.
I know he's
Side
big,
to
but
side.
Rathbone is the one person. He's big, but he's a single person.
Yes, this is true. That is why I said two people.
Shaq kind of
She
looks
just,
around
like-
and said,
She looks at Avni.
Shaq looks past Daphne. There's someone over there. I don't see anyone.
Don't be an ass, Shaq.
You know what I said, Forrest. I can't inherit the power of a god.
And why not?
You know why not?
I do not remember.
Oh,
Like legitimately, me as a player, I don't remember.
no, that's fair.
What
And-
was it like something that physically prevents it, or was
No.
it more like a self-confidence thing?
Well, it's just a fact of I can't because I'm just a paladin
Mm,
and I'm just a person.
Modesty.
Well, all I can say is that everything I have seen Rathbone do or heard of what Rathbone has done, and even seen with my own eyes, all the things that he's done give me that impression.
And he is supported by the people, which was one of the conditions.
Courageous, like going into a burning building with nothing but without a shirt.
1,000-yard stare.
Rathbone is blushing pink. His frosty white cheeks are just like blush pink now.
Right. Right.
There's also the fact that you're already connected to Antari.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You are a paladin of him, yes?
Yeah, and I even he even gave me my own island for a little while.
It wouldn't make much sense for a melee paladin to uphold Tare's power.
Well,
Maybe.
I mean, if oh boy, this is huge. If you think I'm worthy of it, I'll take it. Reluctantly, but I'll take it.
Well, do you?
I mean,
I think
I feel like I'd be a little bit vain if I said yes, but I think it'd be rad.
Forrest just kind of looks at the jar in her hand. He says, "Allow me one test." And she's just gonna go
Forrest?
up and she's gonna hold the jar up to Rathbone's chest.
Refresh my memory. What's the jar all about?
It's a jar of god juice.
Oh! It's like a little
She has-
vial.
Yeah, she had jar or vial. I think I had something. Yeah, I just have it marked as god juice. I think we got like 2 applications of it or something like that, and I got one of them.
Each of us got one, yeah.
Everybody
Yeah, all of
who
us
was
got
there
one.
got one, so there's 6 in total.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a lot more limited than that. Okay.
You guys have to come to a consensus on who you want it to be.
So then Forrest goes up and holds the vial up to Rathbone's chest.
It glows a bright white, almost
Is it-
blinding.
I was about to say, like, is it like hurt your eyes bright?
Drops the vial. No.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Quick, Rathbone, lick it off the floor. Oh, well, it's gross. Anyway,
Mega reserves the joke that he wants to say.
No, he should not reserve it.
And,
please reserve.
Forrest looks away from the bright light for a second and pulls the vial away a little bit, enough to have the light go down, and then she just holds the vial out to Rathbone.
It glows again. Like, are you holding it for him to take it?
Like
Or?
for him to take, yeah.
All right. He holds it in his hand, and it glows to the point where it's actually making noise. Like, it's actually whistling a little bit.
That is my vote. And she just goes back and takes her seat.
Oh, wow. This is huge.
It's a magnificent honor.
So do I?
I already
Go ahead.
I already made my vote very clear. So, like, Nova takes out his own vial.
Tosses it to Rathbone. Rathbone drops both.
Yeet.
No.
Like, he goes over and gingerly hands it to him.
Huh. He takes it in his other hand, now having both a... It's like holding 2 tiny suns in his hands. Oh, wow. Oh, this is gnarly. Oh. This is heavy, guys.
And it's one of you is going to have to tell me where to go. This is very painful to the eyes.
Oh, hold on. And he puts him. He clasps his hands around the vials, so like they're completely hidden.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
And yep, they'll pick up their own vial and hand it to him.
Ah,
And they'll kneel while doing so.
you don't have to nail Bird, dude. Ah.
Bird, dude.
It takes Ware a little while as she's rummaging in her bag trying to find it, and then pulls hers out and goes over and hands it to Rathbone.
It's a gesture of respect.
Oh, oh. Wow, guys, this is huge. Oh.
The respect that you deserve.
Acha. You guys are gonna have a surfer dude Noel as a god of courage.
Yes, yes, we are.
Damn right.
If everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Pringle is gonna take his out and he starts kind of looking at it.
It shimmers and whirls a little bit.
As much as I don't want to be the one that says this, we don't know anybody else to be candidates. We don't really even know how these work.
It seems as though the Zavars themselves are more making the vote for us.
I understand that, but it's more so of the people we've been in contact with. It has only been one option. So it makes me wonder about everywhere else and everyone else.
Just above game, there have been other options presented. They just were easy to miss. Wink.
And none of them are as awesome as Rathbone.
And they're also, dead.
Well,
Well, Jack has made his voice known on who he thought of, and he's not available right now.
yeah, that's another option though.
Well, certainly, Fringle, if you wish to see if you wish to find out of other options, then that is entirely your purview.
It's less so that, because I honestly agree about Rathbone, and more so I don't want him to die again.
Aw.
Yeah.
I know I don't have a jar, so I technically don't have a vote. But just as a nomination of a good dude, Rangers.
Oh, you'd nominate my old brother over me, that lazy layabout. He doesn't want anything to do with anything. He just wants to lay about, 10 bar, be a waste of time and talent, and Mac, please, it's fine. Just relax.
I know. I know.
Above,
I'm just putting it out there. So if it would, just the weirdest and random possibility that we all agree on it, just to totally fuck with him.
above game, wasn't Ren just one of the people that went to Seoul and disappeared?
No.
No, Renjus was the tavern dude from the very beginning.
Okay,
The other half god that you guys have met.
right.
No, this is not a subject to mess around with.
I know. That's why you six got the choice. I'm just bringing some levity to the party and all a meat shield.
There
I'm
is
not thinking-
definitely a lot of meat.
Well, I wouldn't call
huh.
it that.
Oh, he blushes.
My first choice is Oxton, and I agree with Fringo. There may be others who are more worthy to drink this and take Amtori's place. And we don't know if the person we give it to, we don't know if we need all 6. Amtori wasn't very clear on that.
No, he above game,
Oh,
he
he did say?
explicitly said you all need to find one and agree on it.
Oh, okay. Well, but so reword that. So, like, yeah. If we give it to the wrong person, that person is not worthy, then we've wasted our chance.
But wouldn't it be wrong to assume that there is only one person in the sense that if we don't find that person, all is lost?
If
In
we
my
give,
books, they call that a logical fallacy.
if we give it to one who is not as worthy as it could be, I'm sure Rathbone is worthy. At least worthy enough for those things to glow. But maybe he's not worthy to actually take the seat. And if we give it to him and he does not ascend and he's not take the place, what then? We have no more vials. Amtori's throne is empty, and that thing takes
But
over.
that could happen with any candidate. Literally any
Exactly.
candidate that we give it to.
And
Even if you wanted to give it to Oxton, for example, that could also be a waste. And then, to ask your question, but then...
Nova, that's the point I'm making. We're all assuming, or you're all assuming, Rathbone, because of the few we've met. Maybe him, because this thing glows.
I assumed even before that.
I assume that, considering the state of the vials, that the fact that they do glow so brightly around Rathbone is a very good indication. It is about the only evidence we have, apart from all of us coming together and agreeing on exactly what constitutes the necessary personality traits to make a good deity.
Amtori told us everything that defines Amtori, what he is about. And I've seen that with Oxton. And we've only just today, as far as I'm aware, discovered that these things glow. So we're only counting the people in this room about it glowing.
Indeed.
So if we all decide now, like I've been saying, and we waste it, what then?
Then we are down a god.
So let us wait for now and see if we can find someone worthy, not to say you want Rathbone, but who is worthy, just as well, or even more so, and is more than willing to take that seat, to take Amtari's place, and to fight and defeat the thing that wants to destroy everything.
You know Oxen has an agenda of his own.
He does, so does everyone.
And honestly, at least for me, I would be very suspicious of anyone who was so willing to take on the seat of a god.
This is very true.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I will discuss with him about it whenever he shows up again.
In the meantime, Forrest, why don't you just write down a questionnaire, where it answers some very, 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 very scenarios when it comes to justice, and based off the choices of that person, we know if they're a good candidate or not in our personal intuition.
That's a terrible idea.
Do you want
You
her
want
to
to
create
have
a standardized
interview
test?
questions.
That people could very easily lie on.
I am going to
Well,
say.
first,
I am going to say that I am personally already not on good terms with the idea of the gods. So I'm not going to sit here and try to make an itemized list of scenarios that would define what I think would make a good deity, because none of them do. But I have put my vote in. I am fine with the choice that I have made. If others wish to see other options, then of course, it is not a small vote. It is absolutely something that if you feel you need more time, that you wish to be sure, if at all you have any doubts, then you should be rid of those doubts. You should do what you need to do to be rid of those doubts.
Wow, that was heavy.
I suppose I am alright with waiting.
Personally, I have no doubt in my mind. Rathbone will keep mine.
I don't have any doubts either. Rathbone's been my choice since we saw him rescuing those people out of the burning building.
Even though I am biased, and with choosing Oxton, I do not speak for him, so I shall wait. And do not get me wrong, Rathbone is a very wonderful candidate. We just can't be too sure yet.
Also, guess I should give all these back then, huh?
That would be best.
My apologies, Rathbone.
Oh, no worries. I mean, I was just... Well, I thought of a million things that I would start doing with the whole place, and that's all right. That's all right. He goes around and he gives the vials back blindingly.
Thank you.
Lyra
We
very
just-
reluctantly takes hers back.
Same. We just need to assess all of our options.
And with that, how about we take a break here?
Sounds
Okey-doke.
good. I need,
Sounds good.
I need to go really bad. See, love that.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Chips are calling. I want salt.
I will be right back.
okay, we have 5 minutes. 5 minutes, everybody.
I mean, I was gonna make the questions yes or no. I was gonna make them. Okay, you have. Okay, if there's a burning. You're on a runaway cart, and there's 100 people on one and a fork in the road. There's 100 people on one side, but
Oh my
one
fucking
very
God.
very elderly person on the other. What do you choose? We give them the moral dilemmas.
I have such a hard time. I'm trying to make it like for Jack, like just in general to be like logical, but also try to. I know I haven't said it, but I'm trying to also in my mind have Jack try to make his decisions on like what he knows. Like we're hunting apex predators and we're like a herd of herbivores, and it's getting better. He's taking that analogy of hunting and then translating it to people. Like, I was like, the high garden, like, clergy, we might call them down. That's like where a group of herbivores or even like smaller predators. Hey, let's get these other groups down. Oh no, we've left the young and the meek alone, and now there's no one to defend the herd. And then these apex predators attack. So that's going on in his mind, and I'm trying to stick it to shit like that and not be like overly tactical.
Hmm.
If I have been overly tactical with him, or with like what he is saying is more than what he should know, do let me know,
Okay.
because I'm trying to keep it to like, I don't know. I guess as he gets used to people more, it's gonna translate better, I guess.
I personally think in the end, it doesn't really. In the end, it doesn't truly matter who we pick. It is just going. And it's literally just going to be. They're just literally going to be taken up to the God's seat, and that's it. We do not know. The world won't change significantly in any way, apart from there's a new dude sitting on a chair.
Or like, Tari's gonna be there. It's like, I'm not dead yet. God.
Yeah.
I'm not dead yet. Everyone
I mean-
just gathers around with daggers.
I mean, he's doing his best to hang on, so...
Yeah.
Basically Nova said exactly what he thought it was. He called it a fallacy and he believes it to be a fallacy. But
Yeah.
it's very much like saving your max revives for a fight you never use it on.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
also-
there's a better time to use this, and then you don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also another bigger logical fallacy in mind. What gives us the right to choose a new? Apart from God literally telling us that we can choose our new God,
Yeah.
what
apart-
actually
Yeah. Go
what actually
ahead.
gives us the what gives us the right for a paladin that doesn't have any faith in her own abilities, a dropout wizard, a gnoll who is so bloodthirsty and punch happy he's basically died. He's technically died once. A Komodo dragon who is an apex predator and thinks in ways of that. A socially awkward.
A literal murder hobo tabaxi.
A socially awkward gnome, and an orc.
Half orc.
Half orc.
Also, in what respect is Nova a dropout?
The thing
It's
is,
like Nova will take offense to this.
He was dropped
Nova
out.
never went to school, thank you very much.
He was homeschooled.
the thing is, Avney's doesn't believe in their own abilities. They do. They just think they're not worthy of inheriting a god's power.
No,
Yes,
I think the fact that the deity themselves came down and asked us to pick their successor gives us the right to pick the successor. I think that there's really no better, like, what gives us the right than the person asking us to do the thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of like someone gives you their last will and testament,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
But-
what right do I have to decide how to bury my uncle? Oh wait, he put it in his will. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also in the end, it's up to you six, not Usna. Usna was not there, and I'm happy with that. I'm just happy to go on the sideline, just randomly throwing out suggestions, knowing that I won't be taken seriously.
That's when Uznar like opens up his shirt pocket and sees that there's a vial in there that he didn't realize was there the whole time.
Shit.
You say that, but it crossed my mind.
I'm sorry, but I think that would be required the most hardest will save I'll ever have to do, not for Usna to just go, okay, we need to see what happens when someone takes the stuff who's not worthy.
All right, with that, the break is now over, so let us re-adjourn.
I'm just slowly eating on it.
Okay. I believe everyone's back, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm back.
Okay, Zul, you back?
Indeedy.
Okay.
Indeedy doodles.
You. All right, I know Salix is back because they just talked. Megas, you're back, right? You're here.
Yes, Queen.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so we re-adjourn with the group in deep debate over what to do with the god juice, and Rathbone has. Yes, you've gotten me saying god juice instead of divine essence now.
I love that is what we decided to call it, was god juice. Amtare gave us vials of his god juice.
Stop!
You make it sound so lewd when you do that.
No, we just went to Anvari's vineyard and we just squeezed his grapes till he gave us the juice.
Stop!
Oh god.
Pain!
Oh god. Anyway, back to the universe. Back in character. Back in character. No more of this nonsense. Well, I do believe you were given a ticking clock, so do keep that in mind. I think you should be driving your efforts towards this goal more than seeking out vengeance, to be honest.
No offense, sir, but the world is at stake.
Yes, the world is at stake.
In both manners, I suppose, yes.
Well, if we don't choose the successor to the Amtare, then it doesn't matter what we do or don't do.
What is the consequence of not choosing a successor to Amtare? We are down a god, or no?
And
But the
that's...
major problem is that the god I won't say the name of will try to take the place himself. That is the problem.
Then it sounds like the other gods need to get off of their asses and actually do their jobs for once.
I think that's why they chose all of you to act in their stead.
Avne stares at you at that.
I was like, Jack looks at Forrest and says, "Theater is a bunch of trees, okay? I'm not a god, I believe in, but still, a bunch of fucking trees. What are they gonna do? Oh, swing the branches at them. No offense, Theater. I know what you're about, but,
I mean, it certainly would be more than they've done so far.
You all hold your tongues.
Oh, come on. Theater knows I'm good for it.
Avne looks legitimately pissed.
Look, if Theater wants to punish me for it, they'll punish me for it somehow, some way. I don't know fucking how. Look, the Great Wood. What do I know about the Great Wood aside from the fact that, like, the general knowledge of it?
Well, not much. The Order of Satyr is a very hippie-esque kind of order, if there's a word for it. They tend to be very... There's more druids than there are, like, any clerics or paladins. It's a very, very down-to-earth, unorganized kind of religion.
Nature, man. Like, it's nature, man. Kind of like that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
I'm gonna change music.
Look, I know of Satyr and Erunds. Those were the ones I've been all about before, and I feel bad for Amdare. I do, but I'm not going to make a rash decision. As much as we need to help the old guy.
Certainly, I feel less harsh towards Morelle and yours, Shaq. I apologize.
Theater.
And theater, thank you. And even Ontare, but I do know 2 of the gods started this problem. And either they need to start being proper parents, or they need to end the things they started.
Show more respect.
Above game Nova whistles.
So, aside from bashing our own gods,
Or lack thereof.
what were we doing again?
Deciding on who's going to take Amtare's place.
Yeah, that's right. Too bad Axton isn't here for us to hold the glowy shit to see how it does.
You make it sound so cheap when you say it.
Yeah, he just talks so nonchalantly about theater. I'm like, it's a group of trees. I know it's fine. It's instead of being like it's a very powerful. At this point, he's like, yeah, look, I'm hungover. I am full of food. Whatever.
I do love your reaction basically being, what are they gonna do? Swing some branches?
That was good. Anyway, back in character, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about this? We get a list. We get some noteworthy people who have done some great heroic.
Oxton is doing his own little hunting. We may run into him.
If you are wishing to run into Oxton, give me a moment. And Forrest
Message spells do not work on him.
I asked if he would make it possible to do so. We shall see if they do or do not. And Forrest is going to cast Sending. And she is going to say, Axton, it is Forrest. Would it be possible to meet with you?
The piece of copper wire that you are using begins to glow intensely and starts to heat up.
Damn it.
Forest,
She, like,
Forest,
Forest,
throw
down
it!
on the floor, down on the
shaking
floor.
she like starts shaking it, like just like trying to air it off.
It whistles, and
Forest, now it's going to explode.
Forest!
She just like lets go of the spell.
the thing explodes. The wire explodes for 1d4 fire damage.
Oh.
So one point of fire damage.
Okay.
Your hand is now burned.
She just like she hisses and like sucks on the burnt spot.
Let me guess, you tried contacting Arkston to ask him.
Indeed. I had asked if he would make it possible to do so, and he said that he would, but I guess he has not had time yet.
It's not him that's blocking the communications.
I was afraid of that.
Maybe we should just, like, make a list of the people we think would be good choices.
That would be a good start.
Was just about to suggest that before Shax cut me off.
All right, well let's make that list then.
Okay. So we have Oxen and Rathbone right off the bat.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. This is not me being jokey or trying to do something funny. This is an actual suggestion of mine. My younger brother.
Indeed.
He's a kind soul. He's a kind soul. Kind soul. He basically I had to put up all the crap I basically did. All the crap I basically did and went through is make sure he had a better life, and he's using that to be a good student and study to be a good a wizard up in Sharpsword.
Do you think he has a decent moral compass?
Yeah. Basically, I drilled it into him to do everything opposite that I have done. So
Most likely to him.
yes.
Has he shown anything to himself to have a courageous and heroic soul?
Hmm.
I mean, have you met Uzna? He's his brother. Joking.
My younger brother's kind of a nerd, so no nerd, but he always has his heart in the right place.
I would suggest at least meeting your brother first. No offense.
No offense taken.
I would still put Avney on the list.
Okay. That makes 4.
D.
Yes.
Would I know about any other legendary paladins?
None that really hit the same marks as Arkston or Rathbone.
Well, shoot, then I'll put that out. Okay.
Would Jack have heard of anyone that even fits the basic courageousness, bravery, or anything from where he was from?
I mean, you would only know the people directly around you up until recently, so I would say no.
Alrighty.
Yeah, all of Nova's knowledge of the world is old as fuck, so he has nothing to offer this conversation.
Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Rathbone
for-
is looking rather
doesn't.
pensive.
Something the matter?
Just thinking things over. He has a very serious look on his face.
This is a lot to take in. Especially hungover.
Rathbone huffs and gets up from his chair. And he gives in a determined stride, he goes up to Shaq. Give me the vial.
Why?
Because I deserve it.
No.
Insight?
And with that, I revoke my vote. I will take my vial back.
You already have it back.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
gave-
okay.
He gave him
to
back.
Everybody.
Oh, he did. Okay, I missed that part. Sorry.
Insight, please?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Same.
Go ahead.
Fringle would also like to insight.
Yeah, I might as well since he's right on me.
Mhm.
Where am I at?
Hmm. Nice, Salix.
Yeah,
Nice, Shaq. Nice one.
Okay, so for everybody but Forrest and Jack, and yeah, everybody but Forrest and Jack, unless anybody else wants to roll.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Everyone but Forrest and Jack, he is talking with a lot of weight on his shoulders. He is talking with a clear mind, a decisive mind. He is trying his best to accept the burden. Anybody who rolled below that, you just saw this knoll just go up and demand godhood.
Demand godhood and say, I deserve it. Yeah.
and see, this is exactly why I don't want to just give it right away. As deserving and as worthy as the others might see you for, you're acting a lot like Uzna right about now. We all know he's not.
Waver's gonna walk up to Rathbone and just look him right in the eyes and, do you want this, or do you think this is what you need to do?
Both.
Just nods and steps back.
And why do you want it?
I've lived a life already, and though I've been, basically reincarnated and given a new chance at a mortal life, I can't deny that I've been touched by the divine, and I feel so out of place here because this was not the world I grew up in. And I feel like if the bottles glow in my presence as brightly as they do against a demigod, then I feel that I'm the perfect candidate.
We don't have to make the decision right away, Rathbone. You know that.
You do know that time is of the essence, though.
True.
Amtari said he's doing his best. Hang on.
Time is indeed of the essence.
I just don't want you to feel obligated to do something you don't want to do.
I want to do this. If there's anything I can do to stop everything going wrong, then I want to do this.
It's just our duties as paladins, after all.
Let me ask you this, Rathbone. Would you be willing, as a god or not, to face this false god of destruction head on even if it meant doing it alone, if there was even a chance at beating it.
Absolutely. He says without hesitation.
Would you
Go ahead.
Would you be willing to kill everyone in this room if you had to?
No. That's not the point of this. If I killed everyone, then what's the point of having you choose me?
That's not what I meant.
Well, then what did you mean?
Would you steal the power?
No.
That's not what I meant either.
Oh, well, my bad.
He meant
If we
Fringle
were-
meant if we all fell under the corruption of Abzazel, and we all became your enemy.
Right.
If you became the enemy, then certainly I would. But there'd be no sense in choosing someone who could easily fall.
Jack is gonna stand up, get like right in his face, and just gauge him. Like, try to read his face and like, in that kind of sense of looking into a person's eyes and seeing if they're telling the truth or not.
Okay, roll insight with advantage.
That's basically what I meant, but I wanted to give it more fluff.
Good fluffing.
Yay, fluffy. And he is a fluffy boy.
He's so
16.
fluffy.
And that made me laugh. The serious moment's tension has been broken. Anyway, he is being completely genuine and serious. He knows the weight of everything he's saying, and he has been deep in thought. He has abandoned like the pretense of feeling unworthy for it when the bottles clearly give their own answer. So is there anything else you're trying to find out from him?
He's just trying to find out how genuine he feels, and if it's like, how do I describe it? Like, trying to find like almost like the worthiness in him without having to rely on the vials.
The reluctance and the bashfulness that he was showing earlier is gone. He's not showing that face of himself anymore. He thought deep about this while everybody was arguing.
Jack just kind of nods, thinking back to home when one of the fighters would like act in that sort of way, now being sure of himself, and he takes out the vial and he holds it up to Rathbone.
Rathbone moves to take the vial. Do you stop him?
No, Jack only says, I hope I'm making the right choice here. I believe in you, Rathbone.
He puts his hand on your shoulder reassuringly. Thank you.
And then snaps your neck.
No!
Superman style.
There's only one room for a doggo in here.
No! Rathbone's a good boy. He wouldn't do that.
They're all good boys until they're not. I'm just kidding.
What? I am the bestest and goodest boy. I have not done nothing wrong in my entire life.
They're all good boys.
Everyone just
until they're
stares.
Nova blinks.
Anyway, so he goes to the other holdout in this group and goes to Fringle. What do you think?
I trust you.
Do you trust me with the power?
I trust you, but I don't trust that power. I just don't want you to get hurt.
He puts his hand on you
Desperate
reassuringly.
times. But desperate times, I suppose. Just be careful. And I don't pray to other gods.
Oh, you're cutting out.
I don't know if gods can pray to other gods. Or even if you do pray to anyone other than. But even if we can't help you, maybe they can. At least from that side.
Fringle will hand his vial to Wrath.
Wrathbone takes it and goes back to the center of the room.
Wait,
The vials are glowing in his hands again, like a small sun.
Where walks up and holds out her vial and says, "If you're sure."
I'm positive.
Okay, and hands it to him.
He takes the vial.
Emily will take theirs and go up to him.
Right?
I appreciate what you're doing for us.
He nods solemnly.
Hey, Rathbone.
Yeah?
This is the only chance I'm ever going to have a prayer actually answered by a god, so... Can you do me this? So when you get to godhood, can you do me...
What's that?
Could you locate where my dad is and just zap him with a bolt of lightning for...
I'll do what I can, yo.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you for everything. And he'll hand the vial, give a firm arm handshake if he's willing,
He does. He accepts the handshake gladly.
and then pulls him for a hug.
He hugs you back. The vial's glowing brighter.
They'll let go, pat his shoulder, and step back.
So that leaves Nova and Forrest.
Forrest is watching to see what Nova does.
So Nova repulls the vial out of his pocket and holds it out from his seat as if asking for him to take it himself.
Okay. He comes up to you, small son in his arms, and he reaches for the vial. And he takes it.
See? Now you got to take it for yourself.
Ah, thank you.
So my mother trusted you, Blount trusts you, and I trusted you since.
He pats your shoulder and nods in thanks, with a smile on his face. And he goes back to the center of the room, and he looks at Forrest. I'm going to change music, because this one's a little too seedy sounding.
Rathbone,
Shaw.
do you think it possible to get my memories back?
I will do everything in my power to make sure it happens.
I'm sure you will. So don't. And then she tosses the vial to him.
All right. But if you want to change that, just let me know somehow. And
She just shakes her head.
all right.
I'm sure I will find out one day.
So with that, Rathbone takes one of the vials, the one that Forrest just tossed to him, and he pops the cap. Cheers. And he downs it. Nothing happens. So he uncorks the next one. Downs that one. Nothing still. I mean, everything's glowing, but nothing new is happening. And he continues on with the next one. And the next one. And the next one.
Man, we faster if we actually gave him a mug to portal into first, right?
I mean, that would have been a good idea, but this is more dramatic.
A nice frothing mug of god juice.
You make it sound so horrible when you do that.
It's just the word itself makes it sound so bad.
So, back to the solemn moment of sacrifice of one's own mortality after being given a second chance at life. Anyway, back into the universe. So he reaches the final vial. You know, it tastes kind of like strawberries. And he pops the last one, and he drinks it down. And he's left with 6 empty vials. Is there a magic word or something? Or did he say anything?
Dora didn't really say that. Just to drink the divine essence, and
Maybe it takes a moment.
Yeah, maybe it takes a moment. It's tastes pretty good though, so that's a plus, I guess. And you know, I don't feel like I'm poisoned or anything. You know, that's pretty cool, I guess. And
Maybe it doesn't work until you die again.
oh god, I hope it's not like that.
Jack is gonna try to poke him.
Hey.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so Antari was the god of justice, correct?
Bravery, justice, courage, honor, all that good stuff. But he's mistakenly referred to as the god of war.
I am. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna do a quick test. Usna blatantly walks over to this bookcase, takes a book off the shelf,
Don't you dare.
and Usna just starts walking out. He is blatantly stealing a book in front of the god of justice.
I think you'd have to worry more about Mac than anything.
Yeah.
Mac starts rolling up their fist.
Roll a Constitution check.
13.
You feel your knees buckle, and you're kind of stopped as you're brought down to your knees, and you feel all noodly.
Oops. Skedaddle, skedoodle. My spine is now a noodle.
Whoa.
Okay.
I just thought it, and it just kind of happened. Oh.
So that was definitely you stopping me from stealing that book.
I mean, I just thought, hey, you shouldn't be stealing, and then what if you were just suddenly stopped?
Nova kind of like looks over from Mac. Mac, does your library normally do that?
No, not unless I will it to, but I didn't will it to.
Okay, he is the god of justice. Could you please readjust my spine?
Hold on. Let me just come right over here. And he picks you up and gives your back a crack, and you're suddenly okay.
Oh, thank you. I walk back over and I put the book away.
All right. Well, that's that's something, I guess. Suddenly, I want everybody to roll a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
This can only mean good things.
23.
Suddenly there's a menacing aura around Wrath.
19. That's not bad.
Nat 20 for Nova, damn.
Apparently, Nova sees everything.
Okay.
12 for Fringle.
Oh, and knows all.
So everybody who scored above a 15 sees this weird, very faint white smoke kind of following his footsteps. And Nova, you actually see the footsteps are like light. It's like footsteps of light in the carpet.
Nova is going to actually walk over to the footsteps and see if he can poke them.
All right.
You know that moment from Indiana Jones when the Nazis opened the Ark?
No.
Hey, someone left a detective vision on. See your footsteps.
I better be out of character, because in character I will roast you.
That was out of character.
Okay. All right. So Nova, you go and you press one of the footprints, and it like kind of dissolves into like fairy dust almost. Not like fairy dust is an actual fairy dust, but like it just like a glitter of light just kind of pops and fades away.
Oh god, we just gave godhood to a Fey Lord.
No.
Just gave godhood to a surfer.
Yeah.
That one, I don't know if you know this, but literally everywhere you walk is shining.
Oh, he looks behind him.
Slightly.
Oh, I think it's happening. Oh boy. Huh. My stomach's kind of rumbling a bit.
Actually, divine tummy ache.
Guys, I feel kind of strange.
Jack is gonna stand kind of in front of him, but back away a little bit.
Should we be in the same room for this?
He starts levitating off the ground just a little bit.
And that's new.
Oh god, it's happening.
It's happening again.
Usta walks to the bedrooms and opens the door and just takes cover behind the door, but just has his head poking out.
Forrest is going to the door that actually leaves this place and is like ready to open it and run.
Fringle immediately steps in front of Blount and readies both his shield and summons his spiritual shield.
They wouldn't stand downwind of him, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Just have the shield at the ready.
It'd be like that one episode of Dexter's Lab where he thought he was dying.
All right. Whoa. Okay. All right. So guys, I don't know how to really say this, but I feel like I'm going somewhere. And he starts flashing like he's going into like Super Saiyan mode. Like you feel this immense pressure of energy just like pushing out from him, and the light is just getting brighter and brighter from within him. Guess I'll be going now. Bye everybody.
Forrest just calls. Be sure to tell him Tore he's an ass.
Yeah, all right.
Preferably not.
All right.
No, definitely call.
I believe in you, Rathbone.
We all believe in you.
He starts.
Good luck.
He starts becoming ethereal as the light grows brighter and brighter, and his eyes have like kind of become like this flowing light that just like goes up to the ceiling, and you see that the normally cosmic looking glass dome above you is got like a rift of light torn in it like just outside of the glass, not inside the glass, but the sky that you see outside of this glass has a rift of light going, and a beam is kind of coming down to Rathbone. And as he starts fading out of view, suddenly a big bright flash blinds everybody for a little bit, and when the light fades, Rathbone is gone.
So, how much do we have to worry about people seeing a giant rift in the sky?
Oh, well, that rift there is just an extra planar rift. It's not actually outside, you know.
Oh,
Okay.
I think we do not have to worry about it.
Yeah, besides, we have a perfect excuse. Magic.
Evney just staring up at the ceiling. And then just salutes.
I just thought of something.
We just started a new religion, guys.
Yeah, how do we start to tell people that Amtari is retired and the new god is Rathbone?
I have a feeling that they will find out on their own.
Will they?
Does that mean
The
I mean,
the clergy of Amtari was able to switch over to a cult religion with very little knowledge previously. I think the
did
surviving
write that
clergy will.
I did write that song about Rathbone that's becoming kind of popular. I could add a verse to it.
Or, you know, Rathbone just changes his name from Rathbone to Antare, and, you know, we just don't really care. And no one really cares because cosmic being and all that, we don't actually physically see them.
Or he
Well,
sends visions to his new clergy, or
Does that
many
mean we're
different
now
ways.
priests of Rathbone?
I
Okay.
certainly hope not.
Trust. Very well. As my first action as a priest of Rathbone, I excommunicate myself. Cool.
I'm pretty sure that you don't have to worship Rathbone to believe in him.
Well, I do that with all the gods, but okay.
Is anybody taking a look at Blount?
Sure,
Eventually,
yeah.
eventually, yes.
Yeah, after the shock
eventually.
wears off
Yep, my eye
and the
wanders.
spots have left my eyes.
Blount very,
Fringle,
very casually he just like wipes one of his eyes with his hanky and puts it back in his pocket.
Oh.
Godspeed, Rathbone.
Godspeed.
Yes, quite literally.
At least he left us on better terms this time.
At least he didn't tear apart the building when he left.
Oh, Mac would have hated him for that.
He'd never hear the end of it.
Actually, now that I think about it, I suppose that you could literally just talk his ear off for it. From anywhere.
Yeah, you can now pray to him and complain.
And vice versa. Now Rathbone can just talk forever. To everyone. The whole world gets to hear him laugh.
Honestly, I would not mind.
So,
He has a good laugh.
In the distance, you hear, in the back of your mind, ah!
Oh god.
wow. See, now I'm just thinking of Mac, and now Rathbone can make a bunch of little Rathbones running everywhere.
Oh.
He's gonna be Zeus! No.
Who's the Zeus you're referring to? Do not break the fourth fucking wall.
and with that statement from Fringo, Usna immediately just walk out and says, I'll see y'all in Seoul.
Forrest will
that's
follow
right.
behind.
We never talked about where we might meet up in Seoul.
I will get in contact. I think I need to catch up with Uzna. Make sure he doesn't punch anyone he's not supposed to.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Be careful.
Will do. You as well.
All of you, be careful. You just wipe a tear a little bit.
A shame he wasn't wearing a kilt. Wait, was he wearing a kilt?
No, he was in his armor.
Okay.
Damn it.
That was important information I should have asked earlier.
No
Like-
up kilt shots again.
While he's raising into the air, we're all just singing the song "What's Under the Kilt."
Y'all have seen what's under the kilt. These
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
because somebody made a point to ask.
Yeah, no, that was me and Jack.
I don't-
Jack and Weira both got a good look.
Someone please wipe my memories.
Wait, why do you want him to wear a kilt?
It's like a Pringles can and 2 baseballs. Anyway,
Okay.
What's a Pringle?
That's my second cousin 4 times removed.
okay. Well, I think with that, are you guys okay with calling it a sesh or?
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
we could end in a better spot.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, I want to thank everybody for showing up for this. It was a little bit of a shorter session, but it resolved a plot point I wasn't expecting to really resolve tonight. So hey, that's good. So
Start a new religion.
started a new religion, or basically co-opted an old one. So
Well, you know, that's just human history in general, but
Uh-huh.
so if you are, excuse me, sorry. Let me see who's on right now. Okay, so Monty isn't streaming tonight, so let's send y'all over to Connor, who's making some characters in WWE 2K20. So everybody have a wonderful night. If you are watching this on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode of Under Fractured Sky. Goodbye.
bye.
Bye.
Everyone be careful.
And praise Rathbone.
Praise Rathbone.
Praise Rathbone.
Yell praise Rathbone at Connor. He'll have no idea what's going on.
Hashtag praise Rath. So definitely would love for you all to check Jen